Start not now.
Greetings everyone, this is Stirrin It Up with Chef Bee Live. I'm Chef Bee. We're here at Iwi Fresh Garden Day Spa, and I'm here with the lovely Keitra Bates of Marddy.
Hi everybody.
Well, you know, everybody's getting sick with the flu.
Happened to me.
Including Miss Keitra, including myself.
Yes.
And so we want to show you a beautiful elixir, we'll call it elixir, a soup that will really support yourself and your family staying really strong and fortified during the flu season.
Indeed.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
All right.
So
tell us a little background.
So recently I got sick, and you know when you get sick, you're like, oh, what can I eat? And you don't want to eat anything that, you know, is processed. So I was really stuck in the house, and I had to make food with what I had in my kitchen, and I actually found that this was a really healing remedy for us, and it was delicious. And so we're gonna heal ourselves with things that we have in our kitchen already, or at least we should have. We're gonna get them after today if we don't have them.
Absolutely.
So shall we get started?
So let me say this.
Yes.
You know, I'm from Guyana, and growing up, you have soup once a week.
All right.
So, and usually it's a broth-based, like bone-based broth.
Yes.
Whether it's a cow foot or chicken feet. Yeah. And we ate a lot of soups. But we don't eat as much soup anymore because and I don't eat those things. Foot. Absolutely.
So now we have to start.
So now we gotta
from the plant-based.
We gotta do a plant-based soup because really the broths, those vitamins and minerals that you get from just simmering the soups down, it really just magnifies just all of it in one pot. You create like this elixir for yourself.
Indeed. It's almost like drinking a tea.
Yes.
If you look at any of the healthy teas that they recommend when you're ill or you're trying to heal yourself, this soup has all that in it. It probably has some unusual things that you're like, why is that in my soup?
Right.
But when you taste it, you will understand it completely.
All right, so put me to work. First,
let's start with some fantastic celery.
All right, so how many of these?
However many you like. So let's explain now. Everybody, there's no recipe. We're not measuring anything today. You like celery? We're gonna put it in a pot. Okay, so I'm going to start the chop.
All right, so now the other question is, you're fine. The other question is, are we going to use...
We'll cook it all.
This? Okay, cool.
Cook it all. That is a peeler.
Ooh,
Chef Bee, stop, you're gonna kill my peeler. Ladies, don't share kitchen utensils with friends.
What?
No. Where's your knife, Chef Bee?
Okay, let me come over here and get my knife. Since you're being all selfish.
She's gonna get her own knife. This is not selfish.
You're being selfish.
I need to eat. I have 5 children. We need to eat.
Bam!
Yes. See?
You do have 5. I have 2.
See? My knives need to be sharp.
Yes.
So we're going to start. Now this is...
Oh my gosh, these are sharp.
These are fantastic.
Look at that.
I love these. Okay, see,
Oh, you're being all gingerly. Okay, I'm gonna do what she's doing.
Do what I'm doing. So we're gonna move the basket really quickly for now so that you can see the chop. Now, it's really important when you're making the soup that you cut your vegetables really thin because, you know, usually when you're ill, you don't want to chew that much, and you want to make sure that as the soup boils, you know, all of the nutrients in the vegetables will actually get into the broth.
So you actually cut me.
Oh my God.
You cut me, which is fine.
So sorry.
So I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna, see, this is why you don't share kitchen utensils. Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to chop, we're gonna make this soup. It's going to her house.
Yes.
She's been trying to be like, oh, we'll just make this soup and I'll just, you know, take it home. So now,
the
Nick has garnered the soup.
It
will go to your home. You will not have to make dinner tonight.
Wonderful.
I will make your dinner right now.
Thank you.
Live on Chef Bee.
Live on the show.
That,
look at this. All right, so you're gonna cut this up. I'm retired here for the day.
Okay, so we can talk about our next ingredient. You pick something out the basket. You be my sous chef.
Okay, so we have
something hard. It's very important. Yes, very important to put the hard vegetables in first because you want them to cook the longest. Because we have all kinds of things in our basket. We have garlic, we have onions, but we also have tender, you know, leafy greens like spinach.
And those aren't going to take very long to prepare.
Not at all. All right, so we're going to put this into your bowl.
All right. Boom.
All right.
All right, so everyone, the other piece is you can use different kinds of liquids to get the soup started.
Indeed.
Some people purchase a low sodium. For me, I'm always about low sodium.
Okay.
A low sodium vegetable broth. All right, so that would go in here.
Yes.
Maybe 8 cups, or you can do water and you can add a bouillon cube.
Yes.
I really don't like using these because they have a lot of sodium.
Indeed.
For me, all right.
her.
But you know, you can use them if you want.
I kind of like this one, the not chicken cubes, for, you know, people who like chicken soup. This is vegan, it's organic, you can get it at Whole Foods if you like. Plug for Whole Foods. They're not paying us for that, but we just have to keep it honest. We're keeping it honest. We actually enjoy the product, it's delicious. It's a great base. So
and it has a really good flavor to it, right? Now let's see, again, because soups can be very savory.
Yes.
So a half cube, not even a full cube, a half cube is 810 milligrams.
Okay.
All right? So if you pop a whole cube in here, that's 1,600 milligrams of sodium. So keep that in mind.
Mathematician over here.
1,620 milligrams of sodium to be exact. So just be mindful if you're someone who, you know, I love soups, but some of the reasons why I don't eat a lot of soups out is because it can be very, people are just trying to make the flavor amazing. So sometimes they use a lot of savory, and then the sodium content is really high.
We're going to have amazing flavor because of our ingredients.
Okay, good.
Now, here's that.
That's
fantastic.
That peeler.
Yes. It's amazing.
You got a Cuisin now. Look at that. She got the fancy stuff.
A little bit.
Okay, she got the fancy stuff.
Do you see how it just comes right out?
Yes, this is nice.
You know, most of the time you're like, ginger, I just don't want to peel it. But this, you're like, ginger.
Now, you know what I normally do? I also, if you don't have a fancy device like this, you can also just use a spoon and you can just scrape off the skin. And it keeps the integrity of the ginger. But she has the fly kitchen tool, so she's like, this is old school. We're not doing that anymore.
That's not what I'm saying. I am all about doing it, you know, the way your grandmother did. But, you know,
this looks good.
If this is easier, we're gonna go with this. All right, so
now, would you or could you shred this, or do you just chunk them up? What do you think?
So this is how I like to prepare the ginger. Everything is julienne for this soup. You know, I just kind of go through with my fancy knife. And you see how it just slices through the ginger. You're like, you have some frustrations, go chop ginger.
Yes. I like ginger too.
Yeah.
Ginger's yummy. And also, you know, if you think about the things that's going into the soup, right? The ginger helps to pull mucus out of the body.
Indeed.
Right? So we really want to make sure that we're including a lot of ginger in our diet anyway, whether it's raw or cooked, because it's really good at clearing mucus.
You know, it's really good just to like make a pot of green tea and throw some ginger in it. Like for the day, I've started doing that, just boiling some green tea in the morning, and you know that keeps me in my well, not sane, but more like and we're gonna chop this in half.
She's very detailed. I love this. This is very pretty.
We want, you know, we eat with our eyes.
Yes, we do. Very nice.
And please remember, whatever you like, if you like a lot of ginger, you like it sort of spicy, add more. This is not exact. What should we put in next?
All right, so we have ginger, we have carrots, celery.
Let's add the carrots.
Let's add the carrots, yes.
Yes.
All right, so we have some shredded carrots. You can even purchase whole carrots.
Yes.
Clean them really well. You can scrub them.
Yes.
But this is shredded. This is the texture. This is the consistency she wanted, right? So we can put that in here as well.
Indeed. And if you want to zoom in on our soup so far, it looks very, very pretty.
Very, very gorgeous.
Okay, so let's go with our onion now. Red or white? Do you have a choice?
I like red.
We're going with the red.
I like how pretty red looks.
It is very beautiful.
Yes. Now, when Keitra is making this soup, she told me that she likes to make everything kind of look like noodles. The vegetables are kind of a noodle consistency.
Yes.
Even the onions, right?
Indeed.
Okay. So let's see how you actually make your onions.
Onion noodles?
Onion noodles, yes.
All right.
So you know, it's like a lot of people got wiped out with this flu. I just talked to the guy who's supposed to cut my lawn, and he's like, man, I was down for a week.
Right.
He's like, I was out, because he coaches, he's like, I was out coaching kids in the rain because the weather was nice, and then it just turned rainy last week.
Indeed.
And he said, man, I couldn't even talk. Couldn't even speak.
Yeah.
So it really knocks you out, and so you want to try to keep your immune system very, very strong. And you know, you don't do the same thing every season, right? You're doing different things every season to stay strong. It might be detoxing. You know, we have Spring Into the Raw coming up. That's a spring detox.
Very exciting.
It's drinking soups. It's doing a lot of smoothies. It's sometimes fasting for the day. Did you know that if you fast just even once a week for 24 hours, it helps to boost your immune system?
So, lately, I just watched this documentary on Netflix about fasting. You see this? These are going to be our little...
So those are noodles, yes.
Onion noodles.
Onion noodles, right?
So, the documentary talks about this, I guess it's not a clinic per se, but it's a place in Russia where, you know, they don't even really use computers, but they would send people, and the way that they heal them is through fasting. That's strictly the healing. And it's near a natural spring and a forest, and you go there, and I promise you, there's no food. There's water. They monitor you, and they make sure that you exercise. And when they started interviewing some of the people, they looked like totally renewed.
Wow.
And there is a place in Germany that if you want to go spend a lot of money, you find this.
Yes, I love those.
Very good. And people like executives for big companies spend a lot of money to go and have their bodies monitored and not eat. Yes. So fasting is huge.
Fasting is important.
Yeah.
Fasting is important. And really, you know, if you think about what you're doing, oftentimes the things that we're putting into our bodies are the things that's making us ill, right? And so oftentimes if you're trying to really figure out, well, what's going on, an elimination diet is probably the thing that you go to. And elimination is basically removing everything and adding it back slowly.
Yeah.
And so that's a kind of fast, right? Because if you don't know that tomatoes is bothering you, you take it out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then you see a reaction when you add it back. Then, you know, that can tell you some information. So really the fasting...
It can be heartbreaking. It
can be heartbreaking, like I am actually allergic to this thing that I absolutely love, right? But that's really what you need in order to get the message, hear the message from your body. Wait a minute, I can't eat these things.
Yeah, it's like a bad boyfriend.
So during this flu that Keitra experienced, she didn't eat anything. She was just doing this broth, right? Or this soup.
Yes.
And amazing clarity, right?
Amazing clarity.
And what else happened? You told me today. Lost some weight.
I lost 5 pounds.
Lost weight.
Yes. And that was not my goal. My goal was not like, oh, I want to lose this weight. I have a 2-year-old, and I'm in my 40s.
Yes.
And, you know.
Big ups to the mamas who have babies later.
Please understand.
I have a 2-year-old, and I'm 42.
Indeed. 44.
Well, I'm 44, but I had him when I was 42.
My gosh.
Yes.
This woman.
There you go.
So, the point is, like, eating this will help your body function in the way that it's supposed to. You know, you're not stressing your body. You're giving your body the nutrients that it needs, and it's just enough so that your body can, shall we say, eliminate the things that you have accumulated over time.
And that's really the goal, right? That's really the goal.
This next ingredient will also help you eliminate lots of things, and we're going to put this in the soup. Most people are like, lemon in soup, no.
Actually, it's amazing. Lemon in soup, yes. So for those of us who really have to be mindful about sodium, lemon is actually a really good replacer when you're doing broths and soups.
Indeed.
To sort of act in as the salt because of the citric acid that's inside of the lemon, right?
Make a scientist your friend today.
Okay.
Please.
Also, it cleanses. It's a huge detoxifier for the body, right? Even if you have water and you put lemon juice or lime juice, really just about any citrus juice into your water is going to help you to detoxify and cleanse.
Yep.
Helps to balance the pH in the body, right?
Yes, yes.
So lemon does a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Now notice that you're also using the rind.
We're using the whole thing. The whole lemon is going in. If you guys can see it at home, we're going to use the whole thing. And by the time the soup cooks down, you won't even notice it. You'll probably think it's one of the peppers, and you're going to eat the lemon rind.
It's really pretty.
Thank you, thank you.
It's so pretty.
You know, we need all the beauty we can get.
Yes. Now, could you put lime? Have you ever used lime?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we have some other ingredients that we have in our basket.
So notice also that Keitra is using a lemon that has seeds, all right?
Indeed.
So we really want to try to get organic,
yes,
non-GMO
yes,
ingredients when we're doing things like this, again, because you're concentrating all of the flavors, all the nutrients. So you want to get the best ingredients possible. If you're dealing with lemons, limes, anything really, you know, the ones that are GMO, the ones that have been changed, they don't have those seeds.
And you definitely don't want to eat the rind.
And we don't want to eat those. We want to eat these. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to pick out my seeds, maybe even save them and plant them.
Smart lady, very smart lady. All right, so now we are down to the garlic.
All right, so we have garlic.
Now, you definitely want, I definitely want, let me speak for myself, lots and lots of garlic. You might be like, I don't want to peel all that garlic. I don't have time. I don't feel well. So, you know, mommy's cheap.
So garlic powder.
Garlic powder. Feel free.
Well, I don't want to use garlic powder.
You see that?
I'm not using garlic powder.
She doesn't want the powder.
I want the actual.
Is it ajo and polo? Is that?
Let me say this. Garlic powder is cool.
Yes.
I think like if you're doing pizza or any of those things.
Taking away what I love. Do you see that?
But I'm from the Caribbean. You take your time. You pound up your garlic. You make your paste.
You see this?
You gotta do
one nick.
Yes,
one little nick with a knife, and now
this
I'm here.
This is what you started.
Peeling garlic.
But easy. All you gotta do is crush it, and then chop it up a little bit.
Oh my God.
You're done.
I'm gonna let you do this part that you love so much.
Okay, let me see. See, look at that. You heard me. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Wait. I might have something for you. I might. I tend to be prepared in this way.
Okay.
I thought I saw something.
Because it's all dried up. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
All right, we got folks joining us here today. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Awesome. We're making a beautiful plant-based soup to help you to kind of get over the flu.
Yeah.
For those of you who are joining us, we are trying to stay healthy during this flu season. Yay! Awesome.
This is for your scientist friend.
All right, so now I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game.
She's back in.
I'm back in the game. You keep that.
Pounding that. Yes, give me
You
my
keep that
fancy
one.
tools. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so I love garlic. Garlic is also super good, an antifungal, all right? Antiviral. Super, super good when you're getting sick. You can actually make elixirs with garlic and lemon. We talked a little bit about the lemon earlier. And so this is awesome in the soup. And I actually think, I just think that it has bigger flavor when you're using the fresh garlic, right?
Smash.
Yeah. We want big flavor. That's what we're going. We're going big.
We're going big.
Right?
We're going to keep our cutting board clean.
Yeah, we're going to keep the cutting board clean. That's cool. But we got to go big.
We're going to go big.
Yes.
Okay, so next, would you like tomatoes in your soup?
I would like a little bit of tomatoes in the soup.
All right.
Could I use like sun-dried tomatoes or
Of
even?
Of course. Now, again, you know, Chef Bee has brought this to our attention. You need the 9. You need the 9 on your little sticker. It says, shows you that it's organic.
Right. And so for people who are listening, let's show them what we're talking about.
Okay.
When you have produce that is conventionally grown, typically the number starts with a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 4, and then there's 3 digits after that. If it's organic, it's usually 5 digits, starts with a 9, okay? And then I've even seen a 5, but I'm not always sure what the 5 means, okay? So you want to make sure that you are looking for 9s when you're purchasing your produce. Now, there's some things you just can't get organic, right? But they're not mass produced like that, so it's okay. All right, so these are vine ripened tomatoes,
yes.
right? You can use Roma, you can use grape tomatoes, you can use cherry tomatoes, just whatever you desire, right?
Indeed. And as you mentioned, the sun-dried tomatoes as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Awesome. And this is just so pretty. We're eating the rainbow, y'all.
We really are. Okay, so now we're coming down to our softer vegetables. So let's go with the mushrooms now.
Okay, mushrooms. Here we go.
All right.
So just let me say this too, you know, this would be cooked in a crock pot, right?
Yes.
Or some sort of, the thing that people are using these days are Instapots, right? So you can set this up in your Instapot or in your crock pot, and then you just simmer it all day.
All day.
All day, yep.
And it, you know, it tastes better over time anyway. And I'd actually like to mention that Marddy's has a crock pot cooking initiative that we've started. And we're just really reintroducing healthy, easy, convenient cooking to our community. Because, you know, overall people would like to eat healthy. They like to eat affordably. But, you know, if grandma isn't around to show you, like, hey, baby, just put this and this in the pot, and you don't need to measure, like, it's actually kind of easy.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's how I learned how to cook. You know, I remember spending a lot of time in the kitchen on Sundays with my mom, and, you know, she would say, okay, I want you to, can I help? Can I do anything? No, usually, right? But then at some point, she was like, okay, you cut this up.
Right.
You add this to the pot.
Potatoes.
Mommy, this looks like it's overflowing. You turn it down. So you get these little tasks.
Right.
And then before you know it, you're cooking a meal, right?
Indeed.
Or even if I was at my grandmom's house, you know, watching what she's doing. She never really wanted me to participate because she wanted to cook for me, right? But you're watching what goes in the pot. You're like, and you're taking that mental note.
Yeah, we had to clean greens, snap peas.
I love it.
Wash potatoes. Those are like your first kitchen job. You know, you're like, oh, okay, she's gonna let me cook. No, she's gonna let you wash vegetables. So here we have some curly parsley. Would you like that?
I like that. Now let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you find a difference only in maybe style, or do you see flavor in curly parsley or the Italian?
Well, we have both.
Yeah, what do you think in terms of, which one do you like the best?
I don't have a preference. I just like to have variety as much as possible. So, no preference. How about for you?
Well, I like Italian parsley. I like the look of it. And I think it really depends on what I'm preparing. There is a dish that I really love to make that calls for just the way this makes a pesto, the curly parsley. It just looks amazing, but it doesn't have the same consistency when I use regular parsley.
Could you please do chef?
Yes, I can add this. Yeah. So I'm like you. I like variety. Depends on what I'm making, right?
So here we have
my favorite
thyme. Okay, this big flavor, tiny plant.
Big flavor.
I'll let you put as much as you like.
Okay, so I typically just would do this, but
she did it.
I just do that.
This is your pot of soup.
What's gonna happen is, as this cooks, the little leaves will fall off.
Yes.
All right, and then you can fish out the stems.
Yep, indeed. All right.
Some people even tie a little bundle of herbs together. They let it cook and then they pull it out. They remove it. I leave it all in there. I never take it out. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, like why would you do
We're
that?
building on flavor. Yes. Now this is a side note for the soup. Once you get it started, like let's say you've been eating it for 2 days. I mean, I have been eating it for breakfast as well. And your soup starts getting low. You just add more to it. You just say, you know what? I have some mushrooms.
Right.
You know, this time.
Oh, I see. So it's sort of you're building back in some extra flavor.
And you have that broth at the bottom, so you just keep on adding.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Very delicious. Okay, so we have most of the things that we would typically put inside the soup. Would you like black quinoa?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Everyone.
So this is optional. This is absolutely optional, right? So you can use any kind of grain. You could use barley, right? You could use quinoa. You can use millet. Millet also takes a little bit of time to cook down.
Or you can use none, because when I was first, making the soup, I didn't use any at all. See, she's measuring. The show is we're not measuring.
All right. You know what?
Don't measure at home, please.
Okay.
There's no measuring of the soup. You're gonna. Thank you. That's what we do. That's what we do.
All right. There we go.
Thank you.
Yes.
And this is live, so there's no editing. Please at home, do not measure anything.
Okay.
Please.
We won't measure.
All right. So I'm all about shopping local.
Yes.
I'm all about, eating what's in your neighborhood, supporting your neighborhood. However,
what did you find?
I love food. We'll start there.
You know you
and I love international cuisine.
Yes.
And so I'm a big fan of sambal. Oh
what
my
is
gosh.
this? Sambal. So this is Indian inspired?
Well,
Bajak?
Malaysian.
Indonesian. It's spicy.
Delicious.
Ooh.
Okay, so secret, ladies,
you cannot even pronounce what's on here.
What is she saying? What is she
I
talking about?
was looking at it in the other. Okay.
Chili, tomato, onion, garlic.
I looked at the other side.
Thank you. You can read it on your.
You can read it.
Note to self, everyone. If your grandmother cooked it, if your second grader can read it, you can eat it.
You can eat it.
You
Absolutely.
Can eat that. So, would you like to try some of that in your soup?
Yes, I would.
All right. Please use a spoon.
All right. How much should I put in this?
However much you like.
Okay.
You see, she's greedy.
Where can you buy that?
So I went on a little trip with my kids. Buford Highway, the farmers market.
Oh yeah, they have everything.
And they have so many farmers markets. So I mean, like if you are living here in Atlanta and you're just like, I want to do something different, and you don't have a lot of money to go try something, go explore your neighborhood, explore the city.
Or someone else's neighborhood.
Indeed, because in the way that I'm talking about Buford Highway, I want people to talk about our community.
Exactly.
And that's majorly why we have started Marddy's, is because we want people to come and just experience the flavor of our neighborhood, and we want to hold it in the esteemed position that we hold their stuff.
All right, so you've been hearing Keitra talk about Marddy's. You got to tell them about Marddy's.
Okay, so
tell them what it is.
Marddy's is a shared kitchen marketplace, and it was inspired by the home cooks of the west side of Atlanta. Because of so much development happening in our community, the home cooks were really at risk of being displaced, so we created a space where they can permanently come, it's certified, they can prepare their foods, and people can come explore and support the food artistry that's found in our community. Very important.
Okay, awesome. All right. So
next.
What's next?
We'll let you, if you like. You don't have to.
I've seen this cilantro.
Okay.
Cilantro. Yeah. All right.
It's got a rich, deep flavor as well. Okay. So again, she mentioned, I don't like bouillon cubes. So okay, if you don't, absolutely you need things like this in your, I was going to use the word cupboard, I'm going to use it anyway. I was told recently, like, oh, no one says pardon. Does anyone say pardon anymore?
I don't.
Like, pardon me, excuse me.
They do.
Okay, I like all old things.
They do.
Including bouillon cubes like grandma.
All right, so we have just about everything in.
Yes.
So once again, we're going to wrap it up. This is our soup.
We're not done.
Well, no, we're not done. Right, bam.
We have to tell them about the coconut oil.
All right, we have to add these things in.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna go fast now.
Mm-hmm.
This is spinach. This is one of those optional things, but it makes for a heartier soup. And we also have unusual ingredients, which I like, to add coconut oil. Mm-hmm. Very good.
This is amazing. Okay.
Why the coconut oil? For the flavor, because you have the onion, which is strong and acidic. We're about to add something else that
this has a natural probiotic in there called the mother.
Yes.
So what we want to do is get this in.
Don't go overboard with that. Okay. We're not gonna measure, but
That's good.
Yes, or more.
Okay, that's good.
Sure.
All right. And then again, you can add a little bit of salt, whatever.
We have pink salt here, if you like.
Mm-hmm. Himalayan salt.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And you stir it up.
Stir
you cook it on low.
For how long?
You taste it.
Okay.
You know, there's no. You
All
taste it. You put it in there, and then when you start, you know, when the flavor is right, you eat. Maybe 45 minutes.
Okay.
If you have a pressure cooker.
All right. Or Instapot, it'll be a lot shorter.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
All right. So what's our final product look like?
So I do have my own home. Yes, indeed. Pressure cooker. So this is the soup that I made at my house.
Beautiful.
And we can stir that and see what we have.
Amazing.
So you get to see what all those vegetables look like. Indeed.
I'm actually going to put these mushrooms here.
All right. Are we going to taste this live?
Yeah, very quickly.
Well, you know, I'm going to use your sambal spoon.
That's
Stir some sambal in mine.
Oh my gosh.
You did all right?
Oh my gosh.
You did all right.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Wow.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
What is it eating?
That's really, really good. Wow, I'm excited.
Indeed, me too.
That's really, really good.
I'm kind of hungry, so
Ooh.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, so thank you guys. Tell them how they can actually learn more about Marddy's. We're going to actually put it in the feed, but what's the website for Marddy's?
Mardys.com. MARDDYS.com.
Yep.
If you are a home cook and you're looking for a home, there is a become a part of Marddy's.
Like a link?
Yes.
Okay.
On the website. And I think next week you'll be able to order some of our goods online. You can come pick it up.
Awesome.
So yeah, thanks for having me. This is so much fun.
Awesome. And for all of you, I'm Chef Bee. That's 3es.com. You can go there to learn more about plant-based meals to go. We have 3-day, 5-day, and 7-day plans. Of course, you can also go on there to register for Spring Into the Raw, which is our group cleanse that's coming up.
Looking forward
March
to that.
20th to the 29th. And of course, learn about essential oils and get some essential oil education. You can always contact me for that. All right, we're about to eat some soup. I know our folks who are visiting us today,
samples.
They want some soup too. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we have Sister Thais Snowden, Liberated Mind. She's going to be on the show next week, so I'm super excited about that. All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace. Soup time. This is so